All right, the picture of the day is one of our favorite parts of the show, always. And we have this guy to thank for that. It's Tony Miresse. He joins us live from Arts Cameras Plus to talk about their Cash for Cameras event that is starting tomorrow. Great to see you, Tony.
Good to see you too. What a great shot. Have we not seen that? Anybody who has kids seen a shot like that before?
Oh, for sure. I just love the expressions. It's so great. And the fact that that's the one they chose to share is perfect. So you got to tell us, because you have a big weekend coming up at Arts. Tell us about the Cash for Cameras event.
Cash for Cameras. Yeah, this is one of the biggest events that we do every year. We have a couple of guys coming in from one of the world's largest buyers and sellers of used camera equipment. And they're going to be in our Greenfield store on Friday and Saturday. And because they have a worldwide audience, they can really offer top dollar on your trades and things that maybe we wouldn't even take in. They can sell because they sell all over the world. So it's really an awesome event.
So they pay you cash on the spot?
Yeah, they'll do cash on the spot, or they'll give you a 10% bonus if you trade in, if you wanted to buy something new from Arts, or even some of our used gear. You can trade in, and then they'll give you a bonus 10%. So you get even more money by trading.
And this is a good weekend for new gear too, right? Because you have a big sale.
Absolutely, yeah. We've in addition to saving up to $500 on some really popular cameras and lenses, we're offering additional bonuses ourselves, making a really, really good time to buy. And we're really showing off the new mirrorless full frame cameras, which is the hot item right now. I mean, that's what everybody is buying, especially the serious photographers that are getting more serious about their picture taking.
Okay, well, you got to explain that in English, though, for the rest of us. What is mirrorless?
Yeah, I suppose. Well, the full frame part is easy. I have a little chart here that shows when it comes to imaging sensors, bigger is better, as they say, and your typical point and shoot digital cameras have an imaging sensor about this size, right there, very, very small. And coincidentally, smartphones have an imaging sensor about a quarter that size. They're teeny tiny. Most of your interchangeable lens cameras have an imaging sensor about this size, and the full frame ones that I'm talking about, that big, okay? That's the size of a 35 millimeter negative. And the bigger your sensor, the better your images. And that's why you can blow pictures up really large, make great poster-sized prints and great canvas prints and stuff like that when you have a larger imaging sensor.
See, I've always wondered about mirrorless, because I've heard you mention that term before. So are those SLRs, for example, or the single lens cameras?
Well, kind of. An SLR camera, and I'll hold one up here, this technology has been largely unchanged in the last 60 years. I don't have a lens on this, obviously, but what happens is your image comes through the lens and it hits this mirror up there, and then it reflects up into this prism and it bounces all around and comes out through the viewfinder, and that's the image that you see before you take it. The problem with that is when you take the picture, that mirror has to get out of the way. You see how I'm clicking the shutter right now, and the mirror bounces up and down, okay? So that's what has to happen in order for your image to reach the sensor. A mirrorless camera, on the other hand, you see this, there's no mirror there. That's the imaging sensor right there, and the image comes straight through and onto the sensor. If you look at the difference between these two cameras, what do you see?
It's a lot smaller.
A lot smaller for the mirrorless, yet they're both full frame cameras. I mean, even look at the top of them and what a difference that makes in size. So that's one of the advantages. The other thing that's really cool about the mirrorless cameras is when you're looking through the viewfinder, you're seeing an electronic image up in here, and you're seeing the exposure that the camera is setting as it's doing it. So if your picture is a little too light or a little too dark or not quite the way you want it, you can make an adjustment before taking the picture. Can't do that on an SLR camera.
Okay, and there's other advantages, I feel like, for those too, right?
Yeah, the mirrorless cameras tend to focus faster, and they can shoot more frames per second. You can get 10, 15, even up to 20 pictures in a second on some of the new mirrorless cameras, because that mirror isn't bouncing around all of the time. A couple of the new Canons are doing 20 frames a second. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, so that'd be incredible for sports, I can tell, or probably high quality video, things like that.
Yep.
So
yep, absolutely. High quality video and the speed, and there's a lot of advantages to mirrorless. And that's why most of the people that are a little bit more serious are going to mirrorless and full frame for that matter, because also the prices have come down to make them much more affordable than they were even just a couple of years ago.
Then do you have to buy all new lenses?
No, as a matter of fact, you don't. Canon, Nikon, Sony all make a small adapter. It's just a little tube. It's hollow. And all it does is it makes the connections go through to the lens. And they all make an adapter like this. You don't lose any optical performance or any performance whatsoever. And they're very inexpensive. So you can use all your old lenses from an older Canon SLR camera on the newer mirrorless camera. Same thing with Nikon and Sony. It's really a great way to be able to change systems without having it cost you a bunch, because a lot of people have an arsenal of lenses that they're using.
Yeah, trade in your old stuff, get the newest technology for sure. And that's one of the things that's cool is your Canon reps, they actually demo and they show off some of those newest cameras
Yes.
and the lenses at the event, right?
Right, Friday and Saturday. And Canon, they have two new cameras, the R5 and R6, which are the most popular cameras out right now. We're only getting a couple at a time, and most of them are pre-sold. But he's going to be showing those with a hands-on demo Friday and Saturday in our store. They're also showing off some of the new lenses, like this bad boy right here. This is an 800 millimeter super telephoto lens for Canon's mirrorless cameras, and it is awesome.
Tony, I think I could shoot from downtown to Whitefish Bay with that.
Yeah, just about. The cool thing about this is people would expect this to be a $3,000-$4,000 lens. It's $899, brand new from Canon. It's really cool.
Incredible.
Birding and wildlife, it's just perfect for that.
Yeah, especially because we want to get outside more. I'm going to recap some of the great specials. Tony, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Good to see you, Tony.
Okay, so
nice seeing you too.
Great seeing you also. Okay, so the Cash for Cameras event is happening Friday 10 to 5:30, then Saturday 10 until 3. You can visit Arts on South 76th Street in Greenfield. It's a block north of South Ridge Mall. Now, I want to mention too that their sale prices on Canon, Nikon, and Sony cameras and lenses can save you up to $600 whether you're trading or not. And the Cash for Cameras guys are boosting their offer for your used gear by 10% if you trade versus taking the cash. And finally, they're going to refund your sales tax on all Canon purchases, which is huge. Again, Cash for Cameras in Greenfield this weekend. Artscameras.com is the website to visit for more information.
Money, money, money.
Yeah, I'll say. All right.